Jimmy.
Now, what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil, doesn't make up half.
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning, I wanna turn on this Becky quick. While the average man looking at it's sad like she fine as I'm over here looking at tails and whips like 5-6. I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want a stock pick. I know that booty got dry, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-wops crossing. Rich with hot V's from pushing hot strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater, Batman pajamas, house slides, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounce. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottle. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thought, grow with the marijuana. Waking up with the fun, some commas. Jump out of bed, big profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, big profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and stop. Now I watch moves in the Nasdaq. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL, make profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. Yeah. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call a short squeeze. You get the drop, she pull the trigger, and abort these. If she stay on my watch list, I might have to wife her. But I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Call up the Wolf of Weed Street. It's time to flip some profits. Go ahead, be hawking. Get your spot here. I'll double top that in the head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over. Cause I see John Wicks in contract. If I say I make $1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get crossed. Get split, get delisted, and knocked off. And I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and stop. Now I watch moves in the Nasdaq. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL. Hey, my family. Hey, go, what we doing, my man? Make profits. Hey, Shug, Mike, what we doing, dog? Make profits. Yo, Wolf, Professor, what we doing? Make profits.
That TTG money gang,
making profits.
We some snipers.
Hey yo, what's up everybody? What's going on, folks? How are we all doing on this fine Sunday evening? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. Hope you guys all had a wonderful, exciting, relaxing weekend, but are ready to get down to business here today and this week. We got another week coming up. It's going to be another week without key important pieces of economic data as the markets try to look past and look through and try to figure out what's the unemployment situation look like, what's the job market look like, because we have no idea, because we didn't get the labor report from Friday. What's inflation numbers look like, because we have no idea, because we're not going to get the CPI and the PPI inflation numbers. So the markets are trying to grasp onto every single piece of information that it does have available to try to make a distinction and make a decision between, is the labor market going to hold up long enough for the Fed's rate cuts to filter through the economy and continue with that soft landing, or does the market start to have to prepare themselves for a little bit more of a pullback and a further slowdown in the economy? These are the questions that everybody wants to know. These are also the same questions that we're going to be discussing here tonight on this live stream. Okay, as well as my game plan of exactly how I plan on making money this week. It was a fantastic week. This week was a big week. It was honestly, I think last week was one of the better weeks in True Trading Group that we've had in a while. I mean, just from a standpoint of like all of the moderators, it was really, something that, hold on one second, was really something that all the moderators were really just hitting hard. We're really just kind of hitting hard here, guys. this week. It was a big week. We had a lot of different types of trades. We had swing trades, we had day trades, we had options, we had futures, we had equities. I mean, we had everything you can possibly think of. We had crypto plays. Bitcoin making a new all-time high over this weekend. I do have a crypto-related play that's on my watch list here for this week of kind of my game plan of how I plan on making money here this week. So we have a lot to kind of go over, and we have a lot to talk about. And yeah, last week was an amazing week. Exactly. It was an amazing week, says Fibonacci. It really was. We had a lot of members that also kind of hit some milestones last week. We had one member specifically that, well, I guess PDT rule is changing, but was able to grow their small account out and over the 25K mark, which used to be the restriction for the PDT rule. But as we saw, that is changing for the better. But just some phenomenal stuff this week. It really, really was. And I think this week coming up is going to be just as good, if not possibly even better, because the market's kind of flying blind right now. If you guys saw the thumbnail from the live stream with Trump and Powell kind of flying the plane, and it's a big storm and nobody can really see what's in front of them. And that's kind of what the markets are going to be dealing with this week as we're kind of go through not getting employment data and not getting inflation data. And we're going to be, I think other catalysts that used to not be as important, I think are going to start to become more important because it's all the market has to grasp onto. So I think like University of Michigan surveys, which have really become a complete non-event. Traders have really begun to ignore them because those surveys have become so incredibly political, where the people being surveyed are so incredibly far. Like there's just no middle ground on it. So that's something that the markets really stopped paying attention to as much. You also have Fed minutes, which are the minutes from Fed meetings that happened a couple of weeks ago. So people didn't necessarily used to pay as much attention to those because it's old data, it's old information, because they're notes from the Fed meeting that happened a few weeks ago. So, these are things that we do still have access to, but used to not have as much of an impact on market movement, that I think are going to start to have more of an impact. I think the catalyst and the economic data points that we're going to get from third parties, or if we get something from the Fed, or if we get something from a third party issuer, like you got the ADP job number last week that the markets reacted to, you're going to get, you got the University of Michigan survey data. You have a bunch of other, sources that we can get information from that used to be lower importance. And I think that importance on those things is going to increase now. So we can start to look at those things, which used to be maybe 1 or 2 star events. We can start looking at them to be 3 and 4 star events, just because of the lack of information that the markets have at their disposal. But for the time being, the markets are at all-time highs, literally making a fresh new record high on Friday. We've got the futures market just opened up slightly in the green. We are up 0.14% on ES. The trend is your friend. The trend is your friend, and do not fight it. Don't try to fight the Fed. Don't try to fight the trend. Eventually, we're going to get a real nice pullback in this market, but I would rather be late to shorting that pullback than trying to be the first one to that party. Because if you just keep trying to short the market over the last 2 months, you're getting steamrolled. And not only are you getting steamrolled, you're missing out on amazing money-making opportunities to the upside, which is what we've been doing here for the last couple of weeks specifically, was just be long and stay long, be long and stay long, buy pullbacks into support. That is what has been working. Eventually, the markets are going to top out. We're going to get a nice pullback. I think we're going to get a pullback actually in the month of October. So I think it's really right around the corner. The government shutdown, not being able to get our hands on some of this data and some of this information, I don't know if that kind of prolongs it. I think it might even kind of prolong it rather than, I haven't decided yet if I think it's gonna delay the pullback or if it's gonna bring the pullback forward. I haven't really decided yet on that. We'll talk about more of that as we get into my trade ideas for this week. But for those of you that are maybe wondering, I really didn't introduce myself. We have a lot to talk about, so I just kind of got right into it there. But for those of you that are maybe joining us for the first time, my name is Michael Edward Paranati. I go by Michael Edward, and I'm the co-founder and head trader at True Trading Group. I'm thrilled to have you guys all here with us tonight. We've got over 1,000 people that are joining us right now instead of watching, a slew of different sports. You have all the baseball playoffs. You've got, obviously, football games are on right now and some good ones out there. So you guys are all here ready to make some money this week and try to figure out some game plans on just exactly how we can do that. And that's what we're going to be here to talk about. True Trading Group exists literally to help you guys learn faster, trade smarter, and profit sooner. It's exactly what we're going to do here. We want to thank also, and of course, we're very proud to be powered by our partners. Okay, True Trading Group is powered by the Nasdaq, Benzinga, OpenAI, TradingView, DataBento, and Unusual Whales. True Trading Group is an award-winning platform, guys, having received the 2024 Benzinga FinTech Award for Best AI Analysis Tool. This is a platform built on education that's backed by experience, strategies that are proven by success, and tools and AI that actually think, and every part of it that is all completely customized around you, the individual user. No matter who you are, no matter what you trade, no matter what your experience is, no matter how much money you have, no matter how much time you have or don't have, this platform exists to help you guys to make money. I used to say True Trading Group levels the playing field to retail traders to give them a fighting chance against the professionals and against institutions. With the developments that we have had on this platform as a fintech company now, and the AI developments and everything that we've been doing, kind of spearheading and being at the forefront and pioneering the AI integration of tools and resources into retail trading, which is, the reason why we received that award. And True Trading Group is actually up for 3 more awards at this 2025 Global FinTech Award show that's actually happening in November. So we'll keep you guys posted on that. But with all of that, True Trading Group now is a platform. It's not just a chat room with trade alerts and courses. Okay, it is a fintech platform that gives retail traders access to tools and resources that give you an advantage now over other retail traders, plain and simple. There's tools and resources on this platform that can allow you to make faster, better, smarter, more accurate, and more consistent decisions and have more consistent results in your trading. That is not something that I am taking a guess at. It is something that I know for a fact based on the responses that we are getting from our members and the success that they are experiencing. Members of True Trading Group are part of something very special. I'm very proud to be with each and every single one of them on that journey. Now, if this is your first time on this live stream, do yourself a favor, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, turn on your notifications, you'll never miss out on these streams. And I know what some of you might be thinking is, why should I listen to this guy? I don't think you should listen to me because I claim to be the world's greatest trader. You should listen to me because I got my start working literally on Wall Street, trained by professionals. My first job out of college was working at T3 Alpha Fund. They had me go through a training program before they let me touch $1 of the fund's money. And then 2008 happened, and that was the Great Recession, the huge stock market crash. But it's also the same year I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. Now you fast forward, I'm the co-founder and head trader of True Trading Group, and along with my team of 8 other professional full-time trading mods and an over 30-person staff, we have helped thousands of members from all over the world to reach their goals. True Trading Group has over 10,000 members in 114 different countries, truly a global community. We trade stocks, we trade options, we trade futures, we trade crypto, we day trade, we swing trade. We also cover long-term portfolio investing. There is literally something here for everyone. So smash that like button and show some love, and then make sure you're watching this video live. I want you to look down at the bottom left of your screen, and I want you just to make sure that you see a red dot next to the word live. That will let you know that you're watching this video live, up to speed as it's happening without delay. If you do not see a red dot, you are watching this video delayed. That could be a problem for you later. So go ahead and click that word live and make sure, okay, and make sure that you are watching this live. Okay? Now, with that being said, let me take a sip of water and pour one out for my New York Yankees, just embarrassing themselves. I turned the game off in the 4th inning. So let's kind of talk about where we are right now. Let's talk about where we are. Stocks are at all-time highs. Okay? Markets are at all-time highs. You guys can see it here on my screen. We're at all-time highs. And historically, the month of September is the weakest month of the entire year, right? Historically. Markets went straight up the month of September. Okay. Markets had a very strong month of September. And historically speaking, the weakest period of the year is actually the end of September into the first half of October. It just happens to be that month over month, the month of September historically has been the weakest. Well, it wasn't weak at all this year. You guys can see what happened in the month of September. Okay, I will highlight for you the month of September. There is the month of September. Okay, that does not look weak to me. That looks like just clearing out new all-time highs and continuing to new all-time highs. That's what that looks like there to me. Okay, so it was an incredible month of September. And I don't think that the markets are just going to continue just to rip higher and just go up day after day after day after day. I do think we're going to get a pretty decent pullback here between now and the end of the year. And I'm thinking, I don't think it happens in December, but I do think it could happen either, during October or November. And I keep looking for signs that that the pullback is here. I'm not jumping ahead of it. I am staying long. I continue to buy pullbacks into support levels, and we continue to dominate trades to the long side. However, I am very mindful that stocks don't go up in straight lines. This is one of the strongest rallies that we have ever seen in markets history off of that April low. The market's are up 40% in 6 months. It's, we're up, I think, 6 months in a row on the Nasdaq. I mean, you're talking about the type of rally that has only ever happened 5 or 6 times in history. This truly is a historic stock market rally. And honestly, if you really want to say, you can say that this rally started all the way back in 2020 with the COVID crash. It's been an absolutely historic rise in the equity markets. And people that have been involved in the stock market have made a ridiculous amount of money. And I keep saying I'm such a huge believer that everyone talks about like the wealth gap and everything else. I got news for you all. That wealth gap is not going to get better. It is going to get worse, because people that own assets, people that own things like stocks, are only going to continue to get richer, while the people that do not own assets are going to have to continue to fight against inflation. And it is going to only see an increase in that spread, not a decrease in that spread. The only way, literally the only way to help yourself, okay, to get out of underneath the pressures of the financial system that is holding you down currently, is to lift yourself up, because no one else is going to do it for you. And it's to get involved in one of the greatest wealth builders of all time, which is the stock market, plain and simple. And that does not mean I'm telling you to go pour all of your money into this markets right now while we're at all-time highs. It's not what I'm saying at all. But what I am saying is that you have people that are here that, and while I'm talking, guys, make sure you answer the poll that is here, that is on the live stream. Just go ahead and make sure you answer the poll on this, on the live. And then, like I said before, make sure you guys click the word live to make sure you're watching this video live and you're fully up to speed. Okay. But I lost my train of thought before I told you guys to answer the poll and to make sure you guys click the word live. I lost my train of thought there. But, going back to just getting involved and being involved, you're talking about, I know what I was going to say next. Members of True Trading Group, guys, you have people that are here, that are part of this community, that are part of this platform. And the community aspect of True Trading Group is extremely important. We actually just launched TTG Social, which is an amazing platform where members can be able to communicate with other members in the safety of, in a safe environment where they know that you're talking to verified TTG members, and they're able to, communicate, share ideas, go over trades, learn from other members and form accountability groups and find members that have the same interests and share the same strengths and weaknesses and help each other overcome hurdles and celebrate their victories and everything else. It's amazing, 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 amazing community. It's an amazing platform. But you have people that are part of this community now with over 10,000 people in 114 different countries that are reaching milestones financially that they never thought were possible. And getting yourself involved in the stock markets, and I think more so now than ever before, the importance for you to be involved in the markets now more than ever before, because you have the Federal Reserve is cutting interest rates into all-time highs and sticky inflation. Inflation, we are not at our target rate on inflation. And the Fed is cutting rates, even though inflation is not yet down to that level. This is the last time that the Fed did this was the mid-1990s. Do you remember what happened in the late 1990s? In the mid 1990s, the Federal Reserve was cutting interest rates. 1994, 1995, they were cutting rates because it looked like the economy was weakening, but inflation was still not at their target, and they cut rates. What happened in the next couple of years that followed? First of all, you had the rise of the internet and the technological revolution that was the internet. But you had a stock market and an equity market and an asset market that just rallied and rallied and rallied and rallied, and that nobody believed in. And we avoided a recession in 95, 96 when everybody thought we were going to. And the Fed pulled off a soft landing, and the stock market went on an absolutely epic 3 to 4 year rally that then ended with the dot-com bubble bursting in 2000, 2001. And we all know what happened then after that. But what was missed, if you were not involved, then you missed years of wealth building and years of wealth creation and years of getting yourself on the right side of that wealth gap. It is not going to get better. The wealth gap is going to get worse because inflation is much higher than the 2% target that we want it to be at. So if you do not get yourself involved, then you are fighting against inflation with your paycheck. That's the truth. That's the reality of what people aren't telling you. Okay. In the meantime, stocks are moving to all-time highs. If you took your $1,000 and you put it into stocks, you'd be outpacing inflation. Instead, your $1,000 just sitting in a checking account or sitting under your mattress is just eating away and it's just decaying away because of inflation. That's not going to get better. How many of you wish that you actually started getting involved in the markets back then, 25 years ago? Many of you wish that you took it as serious as you do now. You took it that serious back then. Hell, forget about even 25 years ago. How many of you wish that you took it as serious as you do now? How many of you wish you took it that serious 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 10 years ago? You're talking about truly life-changing decisions. And I always believe, I say this all the time, and people, we joke around about it in your trading group, like if Mike ever runs for president. My whole thing is, if you want to fix the wealth gap, you got to get the bottom half, you got to get them involved in the stock market. That's what you have to do. But good luck trying to do all this stuff on your own. Guys, there is strength in numbers. I don't care how new or inexperienced you are, or I don't care how experienced and how much of a veteran you are. There is strength in numbers. There is strength in being part of a community of tens of thousands of thousands of people that all share the same goal, and that is to make money together, and that is to better each other's lives. That is exactly what members of True Trading Group are accomplishing on this platform. And you don't just have to take my word for it because I'm just a guy on a YouTube channel saying it. I don't think you should ever just take my word for anything that I say on here if you don't know who I am. If you're a member of True Trading Group, you know who I am. You know my word, speaks volumes. You know my word can go a long way. And you guys, I've built that. I've earned that. I should say I've earned that respect and I've earned that trust from members of True Trading Group. But if you're not a member, I get you don't know me from, just a hole in the wall. So if you guys are not members of True Trading Group, I want you to pay very close attention. I'm going to ask a question right now, and I think it's going to help. It's going to really paint a picture for you. We have over 1,500 people that are on this live stream right now. I would like those that are members of True Trading Group. If you are a member, I'd like you to type the number 1 in chat right now if you are making money and you are becoming a better trader because of True Trading Group. I want you to type the number 1 if you are reaching financial goals that you never thought possible. I want you to type the number 1 if you are helping build wealth for your family by being involved in the stock market, the greatest wealth building opportunity that you will have ever come across in your life. I want you to type the number 1 in chat right now if you are a member of True Trading Group and the statements that I just said apply to you. And if you are not on this live stream, if you are on this live stream and you are not a member, then the only thing you should be doing is paying attention to how many people type the number 1. That's what you should be doing. You should pay attention to how many people you see type the number 1 right here on this side of the screen. This is what this is about. This is what matters. If you didn't listen to a single word that I say on this live stream, then all you should do is count how many people you see type the number 1, because all these people, They are you, or I should say they were you. They were you because they were on a live stream one night. They listened to me talk for about an hour, and they got more information. They learned more in an hour with me than they learned in the last 2 years trying to do it on their own. They joined True Trading Group. They realized that the tools and resources that we have on this platform do not just level the playing field, but it gives them a distinct advantage over other retail traders that are trying to do this. And it provides for them the community and the platform to truly give them the very best chance of succeeding at this. At the end of the day, that's why you guys are all here. They listened. And they got sold. Right? But not on me, but on what you just saw. They got sold on members of True Trading Group actually making money. Calvin says, Mike, you are correct because you and Shai both give me courage. Play a stock with courage when you both like the same thing I'm looking at, and that is great for the family. Yes, that is great for the family. Calvin's talking about Tesla. We've absolutely crushed Tesla in True Trading Group last week. So we were long Tesla into the delivery numbers. We then got flat Tesla at $470.25. Okay, last week. And then we went short Tesla. So this was an unbelievable week for us trading Tesla. We caught Tesla literally. We caught Tesla to the upside, and then we turned around. We sold the long, and then we turned around, and then we got the short. So we caught it long, and then we caught it short. It was an unbelievable week for us last week in Tesla. And that was myself. I traded to the long side, and then myself and one of our other moderators, Shai, also traded it to the short side. It was just an unbelievable week for us inside True Trading Group. And those were some monster trades. A lot of our members were able to really hit on and capitalize on. And that's what matters most, right? What matters is members are able to make money from what it is that we do here. It's not about how much money that I'm making or how much money another moderator's making, because not a single dollar of my money goes towards paying your bills. Not a single dollar of my money is going to go towards building wealth for you and for your family and reaching financial goals. Well, all that matters is that you are able to make money. That's what matters. Nothing else. And you just saw all the members of True Trading Group tell you, yes, I am making money. There you go. Armando goes, I took Tesla on Friday, 0DT, last contract. I made over 100%. There it is. There it is. Just members of True Trading Group, just regular people just like you. They found us on a live stream. Now they're part of this community. They're using this platform, an award-winning platform, and they're making money with it. When you join True Trading Group, you pay this company money, and you should have the expectation that you will make money. That is what you are doing. You are paying money to this company for services, and you should expect those services to help you to make money. You should expect that. And it is our job to deliver that. Mike, I put money to work investing in April. My long-term portfolio is up 75% overall. Thank you, my boy Reaper Trades. There it is. Plus, the TGD AI Mari gave us profitable trades, including the mods. That's 100% correct. Mari is our AI. A bunch of our members were absolutely killing it, making a bunch of money with Mari last week. That Mari was caught the long on all of the quantum names last week. I joined TGD a little over 4 years ago. TGD has exceeded anything I ever expected by far, says Market Ninja. These are just members of True Trading Group, guys. These are just regular people. Mods and Mari are amazing. Yes. Yes. My point is, you can do this, guys. You can. My point is that you can do this. Members and I are using this right now to build capital so that we can deploy capital and build wealth, when that pullback comes, because we are going to get a pullback and you got to be ready for it. I'm going to jump all over it when I see the signs. I haven't seen the signs of the pullback yet, but I'm looking for them. And as soon as I see the signs of the pullback, you're going to see all of my watch lists are going to completely flip. You're going to see I'm going to be like, I shorted Tesla, but Tesla was more of an isolated incident where the stock had rallied. It was a buy the rumor, sell the news into their delivery numbers. The stock gapped up into the all-time high after delivery numbers. And I was like, this is the perfect opportunity to sell the stock. We sold the stock and then we got short. That was an isolated incident, right? With Tesla had its own catalyst. I'm talking about from a broader market standpoint. From a broader market standpoint, I'm looking for the signs of that pullback. I haven't seen them yet. When I see them, I will be the first person to tell you. I think the market's pull back over the course of the next 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. I'm not talking about a 1 or 2 day pullback. I'm talking about an actual pullback, and I'm going to be ready for it. And you'll see my watch list will be dominated to the short side. But for the last several months, my watch list has been dominated to the long side because the long is in, the trend is your friend, and you don't want to fight the Fed, and you don't want to fight the trend. So until I see a real true technical sign that the uptrend is broken and we're going to get maybe a 2 to 3 week pullback, I'm going to stay biased to the long side while still being open to the idea that that pullback is kind of, could just be lurking right around the corner. How many people are on this live stream right now that are not members of TTG? I'm curious. If you guys are not a member, do me a favor and just type the letters TTG in chat right now. Just type the letters TTG. If you're not part of this community, if you're not a member of True Trading Group. There's my boy Phil. Phil, what's up, brother? Phil says TG is huge. Main chat room, mods, Mari, AI charts, TG scanners, TG social. Come on, love it. So Phil actually has only been a member for like 5 or 6 weeks. And Phil is already a lifetime member of True Trading Group, which is just amazing that just after a couple of weeks, he was like, this place is the best. I'm going to join for life, and actually became a lifetime member. So go ahead, guys. Type the letters TTG. Oh, my God. We got MA. David McAllister is still not a member. Breaks my heart, David. Showdown Security. We got Michelle Young. Chris is a former member. Well, Chris, brother, we would love to have you back, man. Chris, if you want to rejoin the family, brother, you can send us a text message right now. We'll get you hooked up, man. We'll do something special for you, as you used to be a member. Chris, if you used to be a member, just shoot us a text message, brother. 1-888-621-2127. Again, that is 1-888-621-2127. I'm talking to Chris Johnson. He says, TG, former member, just send us a text message. It's 1-888-621-2127. And if anybody else is on here that used to be a member or used to be a trial member, you guys can also text that number. We'll do something for you guys, get you guys back within the family. We got Danielle is here, not a member. QKH, not a member. So we got a bunch of people here that are not members of True Trading Group. So listen, here's what I'm going to tell you guys. For those of you that are not members of True Trading Group, okay? For those of you that are not members, you guys, I want you to do yourselves a favor, okay? I want you to go to ttgoffer.com right now, okay? I want you to go to ttgoffer.com right now. Black Mamba, what's up? How are you? I think you've been on this live stream before, Black Mamba, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I just feel like that sounds familiar. I feel like I've seen you on here before, but if not, it's okay. Welcome. Love to have you guys all here. But those of you that are not members, go to ttgoffer.com right now. Our annual membership, you guys can see on that platform, on that page, that's everything that's included with your membership. It's normally $1,188 for the year. You guys can join right now for the year for just $697. Okay, $697. You guys get the entire year membership to the platform, and everything on that page is included. Seriously, just go read it. You're going to get Mari. Mari's the AI trading co-pilot. Okay, that's TTG's AI. That's what received the FinTech Award for Best AI Analysis Tool last year in 2024 at the Benzinga Global FinTech Awards. Okay, that's Mari. Now, Mari is again up for 3 more awards this year at the 2025 Benzinga Global FinTech Award Show. Okay, you guys are going to be getting access to Mari, which connects your education, your charts, your news, your tools, all into one intelligent system. You don't need to memorize any complex prompts. You just talk to it in plain English. You get fast chart analysis, market context, and personalized trading support. You also get our university curriculum, right? 18 course curriculum. It's a simplified version of what I learned working at the fund in New York. Okay. You get the chat room, of course, with all the trade alerts. We get the mobile app. So if you guys are not in front of your computer, you can still follow along with what we're doing. All of our all of our members get to download this app that connects them to the chat room and sends them real-time push notifications when our mods enter and exit positions. You can also, connect to receive alerts from the AI when particular setups or something that you're looking for, a particular scan goes off. You can set that up to give you push notifications to your phone as well. You get our watch list for all styles of trading. You get Benzinga Pro's newsfeed, TradingView's premium charting software, our video library with over 2,000 hours of recordings and workshops. You get the free Red to Green workshop every single month. Trade Idea Scanner is on our platform for you guys to use. Unusual options activity, options flow, dark pool data. All of this stuff is in congressional trading data. All of this stuff is included when you guys join TTG's platform. Okay, this is why I'm telling you that when you join True Trading, you're joining a platform that gives you an advantage over other retail traders that just simply do not have access to these things. Okay, they just don't. They're trading with their Robinhood account and their Reddit pages, right? They don't have access to the things that you have access to being part of this platform. That's why our members have such a high success rate. We have a retention rate in True Trading Group that's just this around like the mid 70s, a retention rate. I'm curious, real quick, members of True Trading Group, how many years have you been a member? Those of you that are here on the live that are members, can you just type how many years you guys have been a member? Real quick, just in chat. And then those of you that are not members, I know before I asked you to pay attention to all the members that said, hey, yeah, I'm making money. Now I want you to pay attention to how long people tell you they've been a member. Because I think that speaks volumes about the success that members have at True Trading Group. Because think about it. Let's say you joined tonight. Let's say you joined right now. You paid $697 for the whole year. Let's say you did it today, October 5th. Okay. And here you got members are typing now 3 years, 4 years. You guys can see now all the members are typing how many years they've been a member, right? 3 years. Right now you're seeing all these numbers come through. 5 years, 4 years, 4 years, more than 5 years, another person 4 years. Right. I'll let you guys, I'm not going to keep reading them. You guys can keep your eye on them. But let's say you joined today on October 5th, 25. You paid $697. Now let's fast forward to October 5th, 2026. It's time for you to renew your membership. If you didn't make any money with us, or even worse, you lost money with us, are you going to spend another $697 to renew your membership? Probably not. Right? I would think not. But if you did make money and you did have success, then why would you not renew your membership? You're the best damn investment you ever made. Let's say you paid $697 and you made 25 grand over that period of time. Why would you not renew your membership for $697? I'm just throwing numbers out there, but you get the point. So I think when you see members that are like, yeah, I've been here for 5 years, then that speaks volumes about what it is that we have here at True Trading Group. Over 10,000 members from 114 different countries with a retention rate in the mid 70s and a refund rate that is less than 2.5%. You guys can go to ttgoffer.com right now. I'm going to let the next 12 people that want to join, I'm going to let you guys join it for just $697 because normally it's $1,188 for the whole year. Now you guys can join for just $697 for the whole year. Go to ttgoffer.com. Everything you see on that page is included with your membership. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns, I want you to send us a text message. I'm being serious. We're fully transparent. We are an open book. Anything you have questions about, anything you're unsure about, anything you want to know, text us. You're going to talk to a real person, 1-888-621-2127. Again, that phone number, it's right at the bottom of your screen, 1-888-621-2127. Just text that number now, guys. And also, if you used to be a member like Chris, or if you guys used to be a trial member, you have to text that number. You have to text that number so we can whitelist your email since you've already previously had an account with us. We have to just whitelist your account so that you can get the $697 price. Otherwise, you'd be paying the $1,200. Out of states, absolutely. Out of states, MA, True Trading Group is a global community. We have members in over 100. We have members in 114 countries. Over 10,000 members in 114 countries. Obviously, the United States is the largest majority pool of that. Then Canada is second. Then I believe it's the UK. And then I think it's Germany. And then I think it's Brazil. And then it just starts, it just kind of goes on from there. But yeah, like I said, we have members from all over the world. So it doesn't matter if you're out of the States. We have members from all over the world, guys. Okay. So again, it's $697, which actually works its way out to be less than $60 a month. Okay, it's less than $60 a month when you work it out. And you guys get access to everything you see on ttgoffer.com. You get access to all of that for the whole year. All right, ttgoffer.com. And then again, 1-888-621-2127. You text that number if you guys have any questions. Okay? Yeah, exactly. Bert says a lot of members made the membership fee back in 1 or 2 trades. Minimal risk. Yeah, minimal risk with exponential reward. Besides making enough money to pay for family vacations and enhancing my option trading skills, I stay because Mike gives me shout outs, even though he knows I'm a lifetime. Sean, you got me on that one, man. Sean, you got me, bro. You got me on that one. Yes, Sean is a lifetime member, even though when I say type TTG, if you're not a member, Sean types TTG. It is like a running inside joke that I've had with Sean for like 2 years, 3 years. Kaibo, what's up, my man? Kaibo, hope you are doing well. All right, folks. So there you guys have it. ttgoffer.com. All right. Now, with that all being said, we'll take things now on over to the charts. Jamnetics, send us a text message. Okay, send us a text message. I'm a lifetime member currently. I need a deal on full Mari access. You're talking about Mari. You're talking about AI Pro, right? You're talking about AI Pro, which is like the Ferrari of our Mari versions with incredible additional tools, features. So also send a text message. Jamnetics, just send that text message. 1-888-621-2127. Text us. We'll hook you up. Phil says, I'm a Texas guy. Oh, no, I'm a Texas guy referred me. I live out in Georgia. Check that out. Says my boy Phil. Phil's the guy that literally has only been a member for 6 weeks and is already a lifetime member of True Trading Group. Maurice Phillips coming in saying I've been a member for 5 years. I love it. I love it. I really do. Such an amazing community here. How are futures? Greg, I'll take a look for you right now, brother. We were slightly green. We are still slightly green, but we're trading up near highs. We're up 0.2%. My boy Kaivu says I am up 72% year to date. Don't take my word for it. This is what members are saying. You're seeing the comments. These are members of True Trading Group. There's no difference between them and you. They're not luckier than you. They don't have more time than you. 82% of our members have a full-time job. If they can do this, so can you. There's no excuse. This is 2025, not 1995. Technology exists. True Trading Group will help you. We have it. We got to welcome Ben. Guys, we got to welcome Ben. Ben just joins. That means now we're down to just 11 spots. So again, I'm going to let the next 11 people join for $697 for the whole year. It's normally $1,188. You can join for $697, but only the next 11 people. Okay. Only the next. Preston Eric says, I'm a future member. Not a future member, brother. You got to make it a current member because I'm only allowing the next 11 people to join for $697. Otherwise, Eric, you're going to pay $1188. I mean, listen, if you don't care paying $1188, that's fine. But the next, if you want $697, which I don't see why not, almost half the price, then you got to be one of the next 11 people to join. Okay. If anything, Preston Eric, just send a text message 1-888-621-2127, and we'll get you guys hooked up and onto this platform so you can start using the tools, start using the resources, see why we received the Benzinga FinTech Award for Best AI Analysis Tool, see why we are up for 3 more awards this year, see why we have a partnership directly with the Nasdaq, see why we work so closely with OpenAI in building out the AI platform that we have, see why we have over 10,000 members from all over the world, and see, most importantly, why we have members that have been here for 5 and 6 years. That's what it really comes down to. Okay, again, it's ttgoffer.com. Text us with any questions. All right, so Ben, welcome to the family. 11 spots left, first come, first serve. Let's take things on over to the charts. Now, in case you've been living under a rock, Bitcoin has made a new all-time high, touching $125,000 over the weekend. Bitcoin rallying, Ethereum rallying. If you've been following my live stream for the last couple of weeks and not just today, then you would know that we've actually nailed this Ethereum move absolutely picture perfect, spot on. We actually talked on the live stream 2 weeks ago about looking for a potential failed break out of this bull flag. See this nice little bullish pennant. We talked about a break out of it, make everybody think that the move is over and that the move failed, but then run right smack into support. It was just previous resistance, you guys can see here, and then rally back and make that move back up towards those highs. That is exactly what Ethereum is doing right now as we speak. I think that this move that you're experiencing in crypto right now may not be finished. We take a look, we can go over to Bitcoin, kind of something similar. This is just the IBIT. This is actually the price of Bitcoin, but this is just one of the ETFs that tracks spot Bitcoin. You can see up there making a new all-time high last week for that ETF, and Bitcoin, spot Bitcoin making a new all-time high over the weekend. So what I want to do is I want to take a look on over at BMNR, which is Bitmine. This is the company that is the largest Ethereum treasury. MicroStrategy, they've, built out their, Bitcoin holdings. Well, Bitmine is the largest holder of Ethereum. And I think that this thing just looks like it's primed for a breakout. I think so. I mean, look at the wedge that's forming here. Look at the pennant that's forming here on BMNR. Like, look at this thing. Okay. This to me looks like with the rush, you had record inflows to spot Ethereum ETFs. People are buying Ethereum pretty heavily. To me, this looks like we're going to get a breakout out of this little wedge. And I think we're going to get Bitminer going to make a move. So what I'm looking for here is I'm looking for Bitmine, BMNR. I'm looking for this thing to break out, get up into those mid 60s, pull back, then find support out of that breakout. Maybe do something actually that looks like this. I'll just redraw the candles for you. Maybe, break out, come back, retest, right? Retest and make a move. I'm looking for Bitmine to make a push here. So I'm looking for this to at least get into the mid to high 60s, maybe even higher over the course of the next week or so. We have a decent little resistance level. If I take you guys out here, this is a 15-minute chart. You have a decent level right here at like 57.5 to 58. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to see if we can just get above 57.5, 58. We'll try to be long back against a nice support level at 54.5. Okay, so you have a nice little level here at 54.5. So let's try to be long through 57.5, 58. And then we'll look to take profit off at resistance, which is 63.5. But eventually, I think 63.5 breaks. And I think we're going to go back up. We're going to test these highs up here at 70. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. So I'm looking for this to be long. Okay, that's what we're going to look for here coming into this week. And we'll see if we can get a nice little break out of this little pennant, this little wedge that's forming with the push that we're getting on Bitcoin and the push that we're getting on Ethereum. I want to welcome Marianne. Marianne just joined. I want to welcome Marianne. Marianne just joined. Guys, these spots are going to go here. We're down to now 10. The next 10 people to join for the whole year for $697. After those people are done, it's going to be $1,188 to join for the whole year. That's the normal price. If you have any questions, just send us a text message, 1-888, okay, 621-2127. My boy Fade Doctor, what's up, brother? Hope you're doing well. Says, I'm up 61% since joining in July. Thanks to the chat room members, Mari, and the mods. I've never, in all capital letters, been in a community where the founders and owners work 25 hours a day, 8 days a week to win. Yes. I'm telling you guys, that's the real thing there, man. The Fade Doctor. Yeah. So he's speaking about myself. And then there's also Adam, who's my business partner, co-founder of True Trading Group, who's actually the mastermind behind the platform that is TTG, the tools, the resources, building out the award-winning AI, just sacrificing, investing tons of money, tons of time, tons of man hours into building out this platform and into making sure that members of True Trading Group have hands down the best resources at their fingertips that gives them an edge over other traders. That's it. You got to think of trading as it's a battle. When you buy or sell an option or shares, you're buying and selling to somebody else. So if you buy a stock because you think it's going to go higher, someone else is selling because they think it's going lower. You buy a call option, you think a stock's going up, someone's selling it to you because they think it's going down. So you better be more prepared than the person you're buying and selling to and from. That's the reality. When you make money in the markets, it's not just created out of thin air. It's taken from someone else. And when you lose money, it's not just evaporating. Someone is taking it from you. Do you understand that? If that feels a little personal, doesn't it? Good. It should feel personal because it's your damn money and you busted your ass to earn that money. You shouldn't just be so easily and carefree giving it away to some Joe Schmo with a Robinhood account and a Discord or a Twitter account or a Reddit account. Get access to the tools and resources that real traders use to make better decisions so you don't lose to those schmucks ever again. Sound like I'm being harsh? Good. This is the reality of what it is that we do here, guys. It's eat or be eaten. And I don't know about you, I like my stomach full. This isn't a game. This isn't a joke. This is real life. This is people's financial livelihoods that we are talking about. When people join True Trading Group, they're joining because they want to better themselves. They want to better their lives. They want to better their financial situation for them and their family. We do not take that lightly. If you're going to put your trust in us, in this company, in this platform, then we're going to do everything we possibly can to deliver that for you. It's been our business model since day one is to not run a revolving door business where members join under false pretenses and misleading expectations, and then they cancel because they're never successful. And then we got to replace that member. It's a revolving door. That's not our business model. Our business model is get somebody in the door, help them make money at all costs. Do anything we possibly can do to help our members make money. And if our members are able to make money, then they're going to stay as members, as you can see with the people that have been here for 5 and 6 years. And they're going to tell their friends and their family members and their coworkers, they're going to tell them about True Trading Group. That's how we've grown from 100 members to over 10,000. ttgoffer.com. It's $697 for the next 10 people. That's it. Everything on that page is included for the whole year. All right, so that's BitMiner. That's one. Now, like I said, futures, we're up 0.2%. So we're just kind of hanging out here a little bit. Small green. Let's talk about some other names. There's two stocks that I'm not going to necessarily aggressively, okay? To the person, real quick, actually, guys, to the person that was asking about if this works for people outside of the United States, I want you to watch this. I want you to watch this real quick. So here you guys have a map. This is the guys. Thank Adam for getting this and pulling this up. This is kind of a heat map of the current member base of True Trading Group. So this is, you can see all of the members that we have and where they're located all over the world. There you have all of our members of True Trading Group, literally spread out all over the world. Members in Australia, Madagascar, Africa, South America, the Caribbean, Central America, Europe, Scandinavia. Look at them all. The Middle East, Indonesia, the Philippines, Singapore, Hong Kong, Hawaii. Truly members from all over the world, guys. Japan. So for the person that was asking, does this, what about out of the States? I hope this answers your question. This is a global community, folks. This is a global community of retail traders that are gaining an advantage over other retail traders. So there you guys have that. Okay, so now I want to go back to two stocks that I'm watching pretty closely because they're both at major levels. And if these levels break, I'm going for longs. First is going to be Microsoft, and it's going to be 520. So I'm going to draw a line right here on Microsoft at 520. And I want you guys to take a look at this. So this was the previous all-time high before that earnings gap up in July. Then the stock pulled in, and then it started to try to hold support. Then that level broke, and the stock sold off. Then you've rallied back into this level, and this level has been resistance. Okay? What I want to do here with Microsoft is if Microsoft is able to clear this level out, I think you've got to be long if Microsoft clears this level out. Okay? So I'm looking at it's like 520 to 521. We're going to look to try to see if we break through that. So one thing that we can look for is a gap up tomorrow. So let's say we gapped up tomorrow to, let's say, 519.5, and then we pulled into 518 very, very quickly, and then right back to 520. I'm going to take that trade long if that price action happens. So again, hear me closely. If tomorrow we gapped up to, let's say, 519, and then we pulled in, okay, to like 517, 518, and then right back to 519, 520, I'm going to take that trade long. I'm going to look for Microsoft to break and push back up into the mid 520s. Okay. Now, as I say that, remember what I said to you in the beginning of this live stream, how I'm looking for signs of a market pullback. I haven't seen them yet, but if I do see signs of a market pullback, if Microsoft is still underneath 520, then this becomes one of the stocks that I actually want to short. Okay. So I'm looking at this stock, and the next stock I'm going to tell you about, because I'm coming into this neutral on these two stocks because the level that they are at are huge. And if the trend is still to the upside this week and these stocks break above this level, I'm going to go long. But if at some point this week, let's say the markets are green tomorrow, but Microsoft is still under 520. And then let's say the markets are flat on Tuesday and Microsoft is still under 520. And then on Wednesday, the markets pull back, and then Thursday, and I start to see signs that the markets are getting ready to pull back, and Microsoft is still underneath 520. I will be shorting Microsoft and looking for that to drop back to 505. So this is going to be on my watch list either way. It's going to be on my watch list for the long and for the short. How do you know which way I'm going to go after it? You're going to have to be a member of your trading group to find out when I take that trade. But I'm neutral coming into the week. It's a huge level. We're going to trade based around that level. The next one's going to be Apple. Now, Apple is right at the all-time high. The all-time high sits right here at $260. You're right at that all-time high. The trade line, the 9 EMA, which is this light blue line you see on my screen, okay, is a beautiful level of support. And we've had a nice multi-week consolidation. It's a 2-week-long consolidation for Apple. If Apple takes out that all-time high, we are going to look for Apple to push into the mid to low 260s and clear out that 260 high and get to like 262, 263, and we can get a nice $2 to $3 move on Apple. That's all it's gonna need for us. And we'll look for support back in the mid to high 250s. Okay, so kind of similar to that Microsoft play. We've got that resistance level. We're gonna watch it very closely. Then we have SMCI, a stock I haven't necessarily traded in a little while, but SMCI just recently broke above a big resistance level that we had right here. Resistance on that huge gap down right around 48.5, 49. Then there's more resistance. And then you had a huge, massive breakout candle on Wednesday of last week, and now you're consolidating above it. Here comes 9 EMA trade line. There it is, right? What I'm looking for here is a pullback on SMCI back into that level. We're going to look for that to be support and have a candle that looks something like this. All right, so we're going to look for pullbacks underneath 50. We'll try to be long underneath 50. Stop losses around 48. And then we'll try to see if SMCI can push back up into the low 50s and maybe even push deeper into this gap that we just popped ourselves into last week. That's going to be SMCI. Then we have a stock that I really haven't traded in a long time. It's Kava. I feel like this bouncing Kava is not over. Kava has, a huge support level at 58. I'll take it to a weekly chart to show you the 58 level. There's the pivot top in August of 2023 when it first IPO'd. You broke above that in early 24, pulled back, it became support, then exploded. Now you've pulled back and then you dropped back down to 58 and you put in a little hammer tail on the weekly chart. So showing you support there at 58. I just think that the next weekly candle on Kava, I think the next weekly candle on Kava is going to be a green one. So I'm looking for a green week from Kava. And what we're going to try to do here with Kava is say to ourselves, okay, we've got a nice level here that we can play off of. Okay, I'm going to take you to a 5-minute chart just to clean the chart up and show it to you. And here we go. All right. And the level here is 63. So there is low of the day on the 24th, high of the day on the 25th and 26th, high of the day on the 29th. Then you broke above it on the 2nd and it was support. Then you gapped underneath it on the 3rd and immediately recovered that level. And then it became support again. So I'm looking for 63 support on Kava, and I'm looking for Kava to make a push back up into the mid 60s. I'm looking for Kava to go to like 65. Okay, we're going to look at Kava to go to like 65, 65 and a half, and see if we can catch a nice little play there off of 63. All right, that's going to be Kava. And last but not least, I am looking to short Roku at a massive resistance level. So we have Roku right here. I'll go to a weekly chart just to kind of clean the chart up a little bit for you. And we'll draw this line down here on Roku. Okay. Here you guys can see support in 2022. You broke underneath it. Resistance. You rallied back into that in 2023. Resistance. You rallied back into it in 2025. Resistance. And now here we are back at this level. So what I'm going to look for actually, guys, is Roku for like shorts, 106, 107, stop loss maybe just above 108 to 109, and see if Roku does something that looks like this. Okay. We'll look for Roku to do something that looks like that. Okay. So we'll look for Roku shorts up there at like 107. And we're going to look for Roku to drop back to like 102, maybe even get back into the 90s. All right, guys. So there we go. That's it. That wraps it up. Bitminer, that's BMNR, Apple, Microsoft, Kava, SMCI, Roku. That's what we are going to be looking at to start the week. Now, as I said, we just popped on futures, guys. Futures just popped. We're up 0.26%. Okay, we are up 0.26% now. We just made new highs there on futures. So we are starting to push here a little bit. We'll see if this move can hold going into tomorrow. We have a long night ahead of us. Right, you still got 14 hours before the markets open up. So a lot can change, but we'll see what happens. We're going to start with these stocks on the list. And I'll look and see what happens tomorrow morning. We'll use the AI. We'll see what kind of setups are out there. We'll check the news, and I'll add some stocks to this watch list, obviously. Right? We'll add some stocks to the watch list. But for now, man, that's what I got coming into the week. I like it. I like it a lot. We had a huge week last week. Let's keep that momentum going. A lot of the mods had amazing trades. Right? We had amazing trades by a lot of the mods. So I think that this is going to be another really great week for us, guys. So again, that is ttgoffer.com. If you are not yet a member of True Trading Group, everything on that page is included for the entire year for just $697 for the next 10 people. And then the price is $1188 for the year. Text us if you guys have any questions, 1-888-621-2127. And I have one more question. How many of you are members of True Trading Group? Type the number 1 if you are a member of True Trading Group. Type the number 1 if you are a member of True Trading Group. Type the number 1 if you are a member of True Trading Group. Username Smiley says, I'm rooting for another green week. Username Smiley, congratulations, actually. Smiley is one of the members that reached a new milestone last week. So Smiley, congratulations on your accomplishment last week. Let's build on top of that momentum. Let's keep knocking those goals down. Okay, so all of you that are members of True Trading Group, those of you that are members, you guys head into the main chat room now. We're going to be doing something huge for you guys. So if you are a member, go into the main chat. We're doing something huge for you all. Those of you that are members, go into the main chat. We're going to do something huge for you. The rest of you that are not members, ttgoffer.com. Text us with questions, 1-888-621-2127. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Subscribe to the channel and smash that like button. Show some love. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Well, actually, we'll